Welcome to 7 Pot Club. I'm Rob.
I grow hot peppers.
Today's episode is all about transplanting young hot pepper seedlings and keeping them healthy and happy until temps are warm enough for them to survive outside here in Minnesota. I'll also give you a quick look at the new XS1000 grow light from VIPARSPECTRA. Let's get started.
2021's gonna be such a wild ride. Inside and out.
I'm wearing my black 7 Pot Club beanie to honor my good friend and Hotheads Scoville Scalé hot sauce collaborator, Tim Myers. Tim was Rocky Mountain High last week when he wore his beanie in this selfie from the top of Pikes Peak in Colorado. That's probably the highest elevation ever recorded for 7 Pot Club merch. Thanks, Tim. At the end of the previous episode, these trays were filled with hundreds of tiny seedlings. Now, those over 400 seedlings have been transplanted into seedling pots and grow bags. There are 21 trays in the basement and 3 here in my studio/office. So how did I get from here to here? It took many days and a lot of hours. It also took a whole lot of ProMix Ultimate Organic Potting Mix, combined with Fishnur Organic Fish Manure Humus Compost. If you've been following this channel, you know I've been using Fishnur for my outdoor plants for a few years now, and the results have been so positive that I'm now using it indoors as well. And there's no unpleasant odor. I mix about 5 parts potting mix with 1 part Fishnur. That's the recommendation on the package. But if you're using a potting mix that has some organic fertilizer already mixed in, you could probably do a 6:1 or 7:1 ratio and still get great results. Then I just add a little extra perlite and I mix it all up. Time to commence transplanting. Once I choose a cell of 1 or more seedlings I want to transplant, I use the numbers on the tray to find it on my chart. I printed out copies of the chart so I could cut them up to use as labels for the plants. My handwriting is terrible, and this is so much faster and easier. I tape the labels on the plastic pots and staple them onto the bags. Now, this is a strange way to use a desk stapler, and I guess I was just too lazy to set up another shot. But I usually do my stapling on a solid surface. Nobody wants dirt in their stapler. This is my second season using fabric seedling grow bags. They're inexpensive and biodegradable if they end up in a landfill. When it's time to plant outdoors, you can plant the bag right in a pot or in the ground, or you can remove it. I've done both with good results. When the sellers on Amazon provide the dimensions of their bags for sale, they're usually the flat dimensions, and it's hard to determine what the final size will be after they've been filled with soil. After some experimentation, I finally found the perfect size bags to mix and match with my 3.5-inch plastic pots. And you can purchase just this single size. You don't need to purchase them as part of an assortment containing sizes you'll never use. Link in the description. I still have a lot of reusable plastic pots, but some of those get sold every year as part of our plant sale. So eventually I'll be using only the bags, but it might be a few years before that happens. You need to make sure you fill the bags really well and push the soil way down into all the nooks and crannies. It does take a little longer than filling a plastic pot, but it's not a big deal. Okay, now we're going to transplant. There are 2 nice seedlings in this cell, and I want to transplant both of them. Here's the moment when I separate them. You need to apply both force and finesse, and it's scary at first when you feel the root ripping action. But do not fear, they will be fine after separation from their nursery cellmate. Just add soil around the base, and then maybe a tiny drink, and you're done. As the days flew by, the trays started to fill up in the basement. Some days I only had time to transplant a dozen, and other days I did 50 or more. Finally, on March the 15th, I was finished. Here I am, transplanting the final seedling. I've found that alphabetizing the plants really helps when you want to locate a specific variety at some point in the future. I had tried to keep them in order while transplanting, but inevitably, a few got missed. So now is my opportunity to do a final sorting and get all the plants in the proper order from A to Z. Made me kind of feel like a librarian shelving books. After they're all transplanted and organized, I settle into a routine. Every day, I rotate all the trays 180 degrees and move them 1 position clockwise. That means that over time, each tray gets the same amount of light. I realize this won't allow me to compare results between the different lights, but in my setup, some tables are next to light-colored walls and others aren't, and I need to do what's best for the plants overall. Daily rotation is something I've been doing for many years. I water every few days, watering from the bottom by pouring about a pint of water into each tray. I'll have to adjust the amount and frequency over the coming weeks to match the needs of the plants. With so many, some will always be under or overwatered, but I do my best. I will spot water individual plants from the top if their soil is very dry. The temperature in the basement this time of year is usually around 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Every other day, I'll run a fan for a few hours to circulate the air and help the plants develop a strong, thick stem. I'll move the fan once or twice so that all the plants get some breeze. I also use a small fan in my office for the 3 trays located here. In the next update, I'll go over my lighting setup in detail, but today I wanted to sneak in a reveal of a new model grow light from VIPARSPECTRA. This just dropped on Amazon last week. I don't have time to do a full-length review video, but here's a quick look. The XS1000 is the newest edition and lowest wattage member of their 2021 XS series of high-efficiency grow lights. The specs on this little light are impressive, and I'll just direct you to the Amazon link in the description if you want to read all about it. This dimming knob goes down to 0% brightness. It has an effective heatsink which keeps it pretty cool to the touch. It's a nice bright light for covering up to a 2.5 foot by 2.5 foot area. In the video description, you'll find discount codes and links to learn more and to purchase. I'll also include a link to a new blog post with my test results and how they compare to some other lights I've recently reviewed. Some of you have been asking about new music, and that's coming very soon, as is a new 7-Pot Clubhouse video. I apologize for the delay. If you enjoy our content, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and tap the bell to be notified when we post new episodes. Check out all our 7-Pot Club logo and hot pepper related apparel and other merch at 7pot.club/merch. If you'd like a free 7-Pot Club membership card and stickers, get the details at 7pot.club/card. And for even more 7-Pot Club, follow our daily exploits on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. For 7-Pot Club, I'm Rob.